Hey, what's up? It's Brian Scalabrine, the White Mamba, also 2008 World Champion Boston Celtics. Now, you're listening to the Boston Big Three podcast presented by Ride the Wave Media.
Episode 39 of Boston's Big Three, presented by Ride the Wave Media, sponsored by 1 in 100 per every week. 1 in 100 is the only online raffle website giving fans an experience equals a chance to win tickets to live sporting events, concerts, music festivals, and more. Whether it be from your desktop or mobile device, winning tickets to your favorite event has never been so easy and fun. Choose your desired event, purchase a raffle ticket into the draw, and you can be the lucky winner. We are here, full house. Brandon's going to leave halfway through the show.
Full house.
I actually can't really see him. What's up, Babz? What are you doing?
Are you not going to talk about our other sponsor that we just landed?
I don't have an ad deal. Ad read.
Well, you got to make one because we
Babz
have just signed on V1 Vodka. Ride the Wave finally has an alcohol sponsor. Guess
Boom.
who owns V1 Vodka or is part owner of V1 Vodka? Our next guest on the next episode, Ty freaking Law, 3-time Super Bowl champion, Pat's Hall of Famer, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Ty Law is coming on the Boston's Big Three podcast, the next episode, and will be a reoccurring guest going forward in the future.
Sponsored by V1 Vodka. People forget that.
Drink like a champion, play like a champion. Play like a champion, drink like. We'll come up with a nice tagline.
Drink like a champ.
Yeah.
We don't have a topic list today, honestly. Like
We're just getting the gang back together.
Yeah, the gang is back together. I went viral in Australia today. I want to talk about that. So
How'd that happen, Tyler?
I'm glad you asked, Brandon. So this is what happened. Last night, 8 o'clock, Taco Bell Penn State officially shut down. Downtown Penn State Taco Bell is in the books, wraps like 6 feet under. We found out about that early last week, so someone decided to make a Facebook post saying there's going to be a taco light candle vigil ceremony outside the now abandoned building. I saw that. I had to jump on it, and then I was like, sure, I'm going to go jump on it. Brought me and some other people that I work with for my other media company, and we hopped on the sticks. We get up front row, up close and personal, and it is the wildest scene. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to a vigil. I didn't know what I was walking into. Everybody's singing songs or like holding candles out, like dropping flowers off at the Taco Bell front door. And so I take a video of it, and it gets 2.2 million views on Twitter in less than 24 hours. Like, it's trending. It was the number 8 trending topic in the entire world yesterday. The entire world was my video. Number 8. It went the Bloomberg election stuff, Taco Bell, Penn State shutting down with my video, coronavirus. I'm like, this is world news. This is world news.
So Tyler's bigger than the coronavirus now.
You know what's funny is I was on Twitter and looking through the trending topics. I saw this before I knew Tyler was the one responsible for the video. Like I saw that video like 2 or 3 times before you even told all of us that it was you.
It was the craziest thing I have ever been to in my life. Like I can't even just make fun of the people because like everyone was just so genuine. Everyone was being nice. It was like a family member died. Anyway, so everyone starts hitting me up, texting me, all these news outlets saying like, hey, can we use this video? Blah, blah, blah. And then I get someone responded to one of my Twitter, one of my tweets, the original tweets, saying, hey, wait, let me pull up the exact message. I said, hi, Tyler. I'm from a breakfast radio show in Australia. Would you be interested in an interview on air? So I said, duh. Like if an Australian radio show hits you up to like go on their show, all bets are off. You have to go on. So I mean, I can play the clip. It's 3 minutes if you want to hear it. I always forgot it was like morning. So this is a 3 minute 46 seconds. I'm gonna skip to the part I start talking.
That breakfast radio.
Decided to dial a US number because we have heard some breaking news.
Here it is.
Over in Pennsylvania, and get around that.
Okay.
And there is this video on Twitter of these students in Penn State Uni holding a candlelight vigil for the Taco Bell that has closed down.
Sounds very dramatic.
The guy that has filmed this and put it up on Twitter, I'm sure he's been flooded with DMs. His name is Tyler Miller. We've got him on the line. Thank you so much for joining us, Tyler.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to share the story of this tragedy Taco Bell situation that we have on our hands.
Obviously, yeah, incredibly sad stuff. We should probably give you some of this. How long has this Taco Bell been a part of your town?
I've been in Penn State for 3 years now. I'm a junior. It's been here my entire time in college. And then abruptly one day, it decided that it's shutting down. No fair warning, nothing. Just the news hit us like we were running into a brick wall. Someone decided they were going to do a Taco Bell vigil. So they started a Facebook group, invited everyone in the Penn State area. We showed up Sunday night, which was when it was scheduled. I expected to be not a lot of people.
Yeah.
I showed up to go cover it for my news organization. Shout out PSU Barstool, toss them a follow. But we shouted out our news station. We showed up, and there were dozens and dozens, probably upwards around 150 people.
Jeez.
Willing to pay their respects. There was a candlelight vigil. Everyone's dropping off flowers, their favorite memories. Really, all in all, half an hour. Everyone talking about the Taco Bell at one of the biggest colleges in America.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like an atrocity. I would assume if Taco Bell is going to be eaten anywhere, it's going to be eaten at a college. So how does that business fold, mate? What
Late
went
night
wrong?
uni
A
snacks.
solid minute 20 left.
That's the biggest mystery that we have in our hands. Nobody knows why this is closing down. There's rumors going back and forth about why this is happening, but there hasn't been a clear-cut reason yet. We're all just waiting on it and mourning in the loss.
Well, Tyler, let me ask you this, because I know there's a lot of places over in America that are a lot more relaxed on this than Australia. But over here, the devil's lettuce or some jazz cabbage is completely illegal. What's the rules like around Penn State for that?
In Pennsylvania, I'm not sure. I'm from Massachusetts, where it is legal, but I'm not sure what the rules are in Pennsylvania. However, Taco Bell is a huge drunk spot. So at 2 a.m., you come home from the bars or maybe in a party or something like that. You're going to walk by it on the way home. It's downtown, right in the center, and it's always open. It's good prices, so you want to go there, pop in, see a couple of your friends, get some Taco Bell, and then head out around 3 a.m., go to bed, and repeat the next day.
Well, Tyler, missing out on food is something close to my heart, mate. So, just know that over here in Bundaberg in Australia, we're feeling your loss as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a global phenomenon. I'm glad that you guys understand my pain from the other side of the globe.
We're landing you, mate. We'll go have a taco today.
I am an
That's
Australian radio star.
You are famous on Australian breakfast radio.
This is definitely the best thing I've ever done in my life, and I cannot emphasize. This was the single I try so hard to make these shows funny, entertaining, just crack some stupid jokes. And Taco Bell does it. And that's the thing. I tell you guys every single week to follow my Twitter at Miller5 a week. Follow it now all the time. I tell you every week, follow it. Oh, I'm not gonna follow. Blah 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 blah. I am dominating the Australia radio airwaves. Shout out Matt Gordon. But perhaps you had a couple eye rolls during that thing. Understandable. I don't know. What are you thinking, man? Like Boston 3's going global. We're Mr. Worldwide.
Going worldwide.
No, I think it was funny. I think that they were trying to give you a layup with the devil's lettuce, the cabbage line, and I think you just kind of ruined it. I think you could have said something funny. So that's just me, right there. But I mean, props to you.
I was thinking so many what can I do to make people laugh? But they told me before I got on, you have 4 minutes tops. So I'm like, well, and then they started asking questions and stuff. And half the time, dude, I thought it would be way easier to understand an Australian accent. So I was kind of deciphering because the connection was terrible. I'm like, they could be saying literally anything right now.
No, but it's awesome to see you were talking well, I just hit the 1 million club, hit the 2 million club. It's just absolutely nuts, that something like that would go viral. The world comes together for Taco Bell. And you know what? I'm sure something's going to end up happening with that Taco Bell ends up reopening and everything's saved. They'll have a follow-up with you. You'll have another chance to be on Australian radio.
I was thinking this. I might just be a regular caller. I might just call in. Just be like, what's up, guys? Taco Bell Ty coming in hot.
Penn State correspondent. They're
That
called
should be a T-shirt. You know, Friday Beers is like the T-shirt merch.
Oh,
Taco Bell tie, right there.
T-shirts are on the way. Like,
Oh, that'll be fine.
T-shirts are on the way. But
I
yeah,
think we need to follow through with this and do some more investigative work to find out why it closed down. You know, you need to expose this.
Investigative
if you
journalism.
think Taco Bell ties and becoming a brand, dude, like, you don't know Tyler Miller. I'm gonna do anything for clout. I called into Australia. I got charged $9 for that. I'm sure it was a 3.5 minute. Like, I don't have an international plan, so it's like $3 every minute or something like that. I'm like, whatever, this is worth it.
Cost of being Mr. Worldwide.
I didn't know how big this radio station was, so I hit Matt Gordon in the chat, and he gave me a brief rundown. But we have friends here who are in Australia, so one of them asked, like, some kid went to Australia back-to-back years. He liked it so much or something like that. And my roommate asked him, he's like, hey, what's the deal with this radio station? He's like, no, this is like a major station. It's like the local area, but it's like the KISS 108, except like the Boston branch or something like that. And I'm like, I am an Australian clown.
Tyler, what are you ordering when you go to Taco Bell?
Nothing now. It's shut down.
What was your go-to order?
Cheesy gordita crunch, quesalupa. I mean, the Doritos taco. The options were basically limitless.
Endless. For $6 too. That's
Could
like you just named a $6 meal.
Now at Penn State, do you have like student points that you could use at that Taco Bell, or is it just completely
Yeah,
separate?
so like most schools you get meal swipes, but here you get like say $1,500.
That's what I have
every,
in high school
everything's
too.
discount. So you
That's
just
how high
swipe
school
it.
is.
But like that's only if you live off on campus. I live off campus now, so I got to pay out of pocket.
Yeah, because when I went to UMass Lowell, shout out Riverhawks, same thing. We had a Taco Bell inside Fox Hall, and I think I had run out of my points within the first week. So then I have to pay out of pocket after that.
Yeah,
Taco Bell's saving my meal plan. Like I started with $1,000, and I'm down to like 300 now, and we're only midway through the semester.
I wish I had a meal plan. I live off the dollar menu: mac and cheese, chicken, rice, pasta, just the basics.
I love food too much to not do that. I need to be on a meal plan no matter what.
But yeah, if you cowards still haven't followed me, Tyler Miller 508.
I mean, what'd you gain? Like 10 followers on Twitter? You're up from like 160 to 170. Wow, that's
22
great.
followers. It's so it's so hard to grow on Twitter.
Oh, it is. It absolutely sucks. Like
it's almost impossible. I had 1,600 followers. They clapped it. R.I.P. Woke Gene.
Another one bites the dust.
It's like the Antonio Brown video, the one that I posted at 2.5 mil. I got like 20 followers off of that. But if that was like Instagram or TikTok, you'd be zooming right now. You'd be out there.
Is Ride the Wave ever gonna get on TikTok? We're not on TikTok, are we?
No, I thought Caden was gonna do that.
I don't know how TikTok works. I'm too old for that.
Yeah, who has TikTok? Who has TikTok?
I have one.
I have TikTok. I filmed a TikTok today for my very first TikTok I ever filmed. My girlfriend, she's like a TikTok ambassador, so she gets paid per TikTok. And she's like, yo, I need you to be in this video, like me and my friend, because she has to go to like an organization. So she came to one of our meetings and we filmed a TikTok and I hate it. I want it off the internet, but I guess it's kind of blowing up. Because she's in I'll send it to you. I don't really care, but
that's mad funny.
Bad news, man.
That's tough.
But yeah, how was the combine?
No, it was good. It was good. Babs fronted the bill for the whole thing, so I just had a vacation pretty much and went to Lucas Oil. Scouted a lot of these guys. A lot of impressive stuff going on. Shout out to Bazy's Downtown Grill for having us. We did a live podcast from a bar.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Shout out to that bartender at the end. He came in towards the end of the episode. Started plugging himself. Yeah, no, that was fun. But overall, great trip, and we'll see you back next year.
I mean, Stafford, did you enjoy your time with me? How was I as a roommate? You know, Tyler wants to really know.
The Babs casting couch will forever be an iconic image in room 304 at that hotel. No, but the room situation wasn't bad. We each had pretty big beds and they were separate, so that was the first step. That was the first step, and tons of Bud lattes going around. It was a good time.
I'd be cracking the Bud latte at like 11 in the morning.
Yeah,
but I was getting up really early every day, like 7 a.m.
You just
hit the
pretend
gym.
you're at an airport because I feel like the airport is the only place you're allowed to drink like before 10 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. it starts.
That's
8 a.m.
That's when I started.
Yeah,
Babs, right at 8 a.m.
Babs had 2 Bloody Marys and a Bud Light before we got on the plane.
We got over there, and I was like, can I have a Bloody Mary? And then she looked at the clock like, I don't think we're serving. Like, oh, well, it's 8 o'clock right on the dot. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I planned that out on purpose.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Which that was a good plane ride. It was a good plane ride going there, coming back a little bit cramped because it was
full flight. Stafford story time here. I'm stealing Babs' thunder here. No, we get in the back of the plane, and we sit down. Everything's going fine, and the guy in front of us starts kind of like twitching a little bit. I'm wondering. I'm looking at Babs like, is this guy okay? We'll tweak it a little bit. I'm like, oh, he's probably fine. Probably just not a big flyer. He and his wife go to the bathroom. They come back. Like nothing fishy like that or anything. But they sit in their seat. And we start like, moving back, just like on the wheels. And the guy starts freaking out, gets up out of his seat, and like the lady starts yelling, I'm like, sit down, you need to sit down, like we're taking off. And then this dude starts puking. Like in this little plastic bag, just starts puking, and it's like, but this is before we even take off. And then he like lays down in his wife's lap, and he starts like kind of curled up like a fetal position. Like, dude, man up. Like
how big was the guy? Was he a short dude?
He was like a 6 foot. Like he was like a normal like human being. Like he was just like. He was like 40 years old. He's just freaking out. And then he puked again while we were taking off. And like his wife is just sitting there like looking like she has no idea what to do, stroking his head like he's like a child.
We're all worried about the coronavirus, and this guy had Ebola on your plane.
Seriously. No, it was crazy. This guy was hyperventilating. He was just tweaked out in his seat. Like it was not a good time.
I'm gonna get on that coronavirus right here. The whole thing is just, what's a pandemic? Is that what it's called when everyone just starts freaking out?
Pandemic?
Yeah.
Mass hysteria.
Yes, it really is. It's funny going to the airports. Everyone's wearing masks. Everyone's all worried. Yep. You know what? Guys, like what did, my girl said this. We survived Ebola before. We've survived SARS. We've survived swine flu.
Y2K.
Jesus was supposed to come back and kill us all.
Out. Remember
2012?
For those babies out there, Y2K, people literally stocked up all the food that they could, all the batteries, all the water, thinking everything was going to shut down when it went from 1999 to 2000. But I digress on that. I think the Combine was a great time. A lot of insight, all those little nuggets that I had. I got to call into Fitzy wanted me to come on WEEI, so I got to call in for about 10 minutes on that. Share some funny stories like Matt Rule or whatever, dripping fireball shots at the bar while the Combine's going on. Another funny thing was Jerry Jones brings his own personal bus to the Combine and has all the we saw it, and we had all the players go on there because he's worried that the rooms are bugged and that people are listening in on him. So just shows how senile he is.
No, this is why the chef came out of the report saying he's talking about Dez in the shower. That's why he was talking about him in the shower because they didn't want to get the bugged room.
Yeah. And just like being able to see some of the players up close, just to hearsay from things like, let's just say for the Combine moving to LA, we were told by some of the bar owners about that happening. Then when we go inside the Combine, a sports management group that we've just seen like every single day, they have seminars and they actually mentioned about it too. So we kind of threw that out there because it seems like it's going to end up happening. And just like the little stuff, you're talking to scouts, staff members, you're hearing people talk. It's interesting. I definitely thought we had a good time. It was a good learning experience, and it makes me want to go back next year just because we see what we are able to do and how we can do it a lot better than this year.
Now, is it already set up for years in advance for it to be in Indianapolis next year too, or is it got a chance to be in Los Angeles as soon as next year?
It has a chance as soon as next year. What we were being told kind of was that it's going to go up for bid. I don't know when, and then most likely that bid will end up going to LA. And the reasoning for that is it's just because of the prime time. Now it's, at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Kind of like the Pro Bowl or something.
Yeah, and Reggie Wayne's said that the players and scouts are complaining that it's too late at night. And even some of the business owners are complaining because these guys would get out early and then they spend their time at night eating at some of the restaurants. They're losing some sort of business off of that too. Sure. I know our Indianapolis Colts fan, Mikey McColgan, Miss Sitter over there, soccer guy. He's a big Colts fan. He even said that he's been seeing on Colts Twitter that they don't want the Combine to leave for tax reasons. But what we were told was Indianapolis is not going to be getting really hurt from it. They hold conventions all year long. They're the third largest city to host conventions in the United States. They have the Indy 500. They have the NBA All-Star game there next year as well too. So I feel that if it moves from LA next year, Indianapolis will get a draft. They said
I was about to say that. Yeah.
No to a Super Bowl. They don't want a Super Bowl.
I have an idea. So we have Tyler coming on the show. Boston's Big Three is growing. It's a growing brand. Did our first live show from a bar and everything. So I'm spitballing an idea here. So, Babz versus Matt Rule. live bar show. Who could rip more fireball? That would be an unbelievable show.
Did Babs ever end up running the 40?
No, we
they didn't have it. They didn't
Dang.
have it there. They didn't have it. I was looking for it.
Yeah,
Well, when I'm out there, we'll have to get a stopwatch and time you.
I must say, I was disappointed with how the group managed us at the combine. They were definitely amateurs. It was their first time doing it, so I'll give them a little bit of a break. But the way everything was set up was just horrendous, honestly. Like the way everything was set up, it was just bad. Like they were having a shush and no recording or photos at the 40. First of all, everyone recording it anyway. It's streamed live on a dozen broadcasts on TV. And 3, are people just gonna be quiet during the games when they're running too? Like what are we talking about here? It doesn't make any sense.
Got to start heckling them.
Did you like my bench press? No, I was ripping it over there.
Yeah, you were pumping them quick.
Yeah.
You looked like you might get burnt out a little quick there.
Yeah, how heavy was that? Like 6 pounds?
that was 225.
That was
225.
That was not 225 ounces.
Absolutely.
No, it was
like
2
this.
plates. It was 2 plates in the bar. So what's that? 45 times 3. That's what it was.
135.
That was 135. I was just ripping 135 like it was nothing.
Nothing. That's fair.
That's as much. That's almost that. What's that guy from the Browns' name? He got caught with more pounds of weed than bench press you were doing. We never really talked about that. That's a ton. But anyways, Stafford, over the weekend, I found out more ways to fix the XFL.
Oh yeah. All right, let's hear them.
So, people really don't care about the teams. They're watching. Yeah. They want to see the league do well. They don't care about the teams at all. Like whatever. Like unless you're a diehard, I don't know, a single team's name, Guardians fan, you just want to see it be a fun league. You have to do the most absurd things. What was I gonna say? Like you have like a sponsor come out if you want to like make money of this. Is like and here comes the Kraft mac and cheese president. He gets the whip, like play quarterback for one play until like I don't know, he just dies or something. Like you have to just have so much more fan involvement because people come to it as like a spectacle. I don't know, just like light a guy on fire or something like that. Obviously it's not to kill him, but just like an NBA jam when you have like 5 dunks in a row, you start going fire. Like if you just have like a wide receiver's glove and you just like catch like 10 balls in a row, you go to the sideline, you just light that thing on fire so your hand's on fire. You have to make this like theater. There's no concrete ideas, but you have to add the whole theater element to the sport.
I agree with that. No, I think that's definitely something they should explore a little bit more.
I've thought about this for way too long that I am proud of. Like, how am I going to fix the XFL for no one to
Honestly,
hear?
global ambassador. We got Ty Miller going to the XFL.
Ooh, speaking of that, Babs. I already have an in with Taco. You have an in with Taco.
By what's your in?
Got a lot of tacos.
I have an in with Taco Bell. You have an in with Taco Fall. Let's make the taco ties need to come together. We got Ty and Ty Law. We got Taco and Taco Ty.
Yeah.
Let's make these happen.
You know, let's just take one at a time first. Once we got to get Ty on first, and then we'll go from there. I think once we have that, we'll be able to open up the door for other people to come on.
Did you guys watch the Rockets Celtics?
Oh, you know it.
Were you guys? Wait,
we were actually in the car.
Saturday.
We were in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday.
And we turned it on, and the first thing I said to him was that Marcus Smart's going to win this game for us. And towards the end, he actually almost did in that fourth quarter. He was an absolute hero.
One of the worst games the Celtics played all year, and they were still in it. Like people are freaking out over this loss. I'm like, oh, you can't hit shots when it counts. I'm like, no, we can hit shots. We just had a proof of it. Yeah. I bet.
Yeah. No Kemba, and it sounded like, just because we listened to it, sounded like Tatum struggled most of the game too, and they missed a couple big free throws on the Celtics end as well.
Yeah, he had an average game and only scored 30 points again.
But still, he missed. Yeah, big shots he missed though.
Yeah, he did.
Jaylen Brown at the end, he hits that. I will say
the circus shot.
That free throw thing before Tatum intentionally missed. My friends from home came down. I'm like, Tatum's gonna hit this off the thing. Smart's gonna punch it out, and I didn't know it was gonna happen.
No way.
It's exactly what happened. Tatum hit it perfectly. Smart's the guy you want there. He's just like
wrestling
punches
out there.
Up, and then Jaylen Brown hits an absurd shot. Marcus Smart didn't even absurder shot. Like that was unreal. The falling, like basically just like a third baseman throws a ball across his body as he dives. He shot a basketball like that, and it went in. Nothing but net.
That's true.
Yeah,
fun stuff. And then I was out the game before that, 2 games earlier. I was out in Portland for that game. That was a ton of fun. See the continued hot stretch for the Celtics and Jason Tatum as he continues to blossom into superstardom.
Oh.
Saw him knock down 8 threes in that arena out there in Portland.
I was going to say it's a little off topic here, but going with that is that it's been absolutely nuts the week that Ride the Wave Media's had. Yeah. Myself and Stafford at the Combine. You had the BWO, Lane, and Warrior on NBC for hockey, getting a little BWO time. You've had Tyler Miller now going to viral global sensation.
Taco time.
I am referred to as Mr. Worldwide now.
You had Brendan. You were over at the Celtics game in Portland. We had Dylan McDonald down there in Florida. And I think the biggest news this entire week is Brendan's mustache is now blonde. You bleached it.
Something.
What's going on
it's
with that?
Something there. I don't know what's going on. I kind of look like, the guy on the side of the KFC buckets when you get a bucket of chicken. Kind of like that, but I'm Asian. So
he's the sergeant. He's the crispy colonel. That's exactly what he is.
It's unique. I'm probably going to shave it off pieces at a time because it's like the little black parts are already coming in underneath the yellow parts.
We need to put this on a t-shirt too. We have so many t-shirt ideas, just running with it right now. Taco Time Miller. We got Summer Brandon right over there. We got Crispy Colonel over here.
Spring break's coming up.
We got Bearded Babz. I just need something now.
Bearded Babz now too, yeah.
No, I gotta bail like halfway through the show, so I'm about to head out right now. But I just want to let the people know that the last 4 states I've been to, Massachusetts, Arizona, Oregon, and California, all have the corona, and it's not my fault.
Coronavirus is a marketing scheme made by other beer companies to shut down Corona.
To shut them down.
You just named it conveniently coronavirus. Yeah. Like what happened to the Budweiser virus going around? Budweiser wouldn't have anything, or the McDonald's virus.
Shut down.
I'm woke to the
only corona we got at the
Think about how much money the medical industry is making right now because of the coronavirus. People are probably just going to get checked in and saying, "Oh, I need everything. I need to check in." Oh, blah blah blah. This I don't know. It's like I said, like I work in a medical setting, and I just know that this is all.
Yeah, Babz
bullshit.
actually a doctor.
I am a doctor, so I just know that this is all bullshit. Anything else there, Tyler, that you want to talk about?
I'm looking for the questions real quick.
How much to change your Instagram name to Taco Time Miller?
Yeah, dude, imagine. I have to.
You have to.
I don't know if I have to.
Can I just talk right now? Sorry.
Go now.
You guys were. I do this a lot, and Stafford found this out when we're on the podcast. He'll talk, and I don't pay attention at all because I'm just thinking about the next thing I'm gonna say. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, "Did you talk about this yet?" And he's just shaking his head like, "Yeah, I said that like 10 minutes ago."
All right, this is the only thing we get on our page. We get all these bots. Hi, Ride the Wave Media, winky face. Hi, Ride the Wave Media, just a blank winky face. Another Hi, Ride the Wave Media. I like a great account. If you need a photo or video, send me my page. And then the only one, Pat Signer 79. How big of a problem will the Celtics bench become during the playoffs? Celtics bench is going to shorten up come playoffs. Like you're not going to see the Semi Ojeley's, the Carson Edwards of the world.
What about Robert Williams?
The Enes Kanter. Yeah, Robert Williams is going to take all of Enes Kanter's minutes come playoff time.
Yeah.
He officially is back, cleared to play. I'm not sure. I think he might be. He's not even on the injury report.
No.
Anymore.
Didn't they say that? I just saw the tweet today that Kemba's probably going to be out tomorrow night, and then I think Tatum has an illness and Brown, like 2 other players have an illness as well. They're going to be a little short-staffed their next game. I don't even know who they're playing yet.
They are playing the Nets tomorrow. Nets and then a Jazz back to back, I believe.
No Kyrie back in Boston. That's the second time he's missed it since he's pretty much out for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, like seriously though, Kyrie Irving might be the gigantic bitch of the decade award. Like might have to win that. Seriously, like out of everybody in sports, you have LeBron going to Miami and he received the most hate we thought possible on social media, and then Kyrie Irving does what he's done for the past year, and he's become the most hated figure in basketball.
I mean. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Seymour and me, him, and Brandon. I'll tell you guys, the Kyrie Irving slander is so stale. It's everyone's saying the same stuff for 2 years. Like, look, Kyrie obviously wasn't a fit in Boston. He'll never be looked at as the Celtics grade. He'll be looked at as one of the worst fits in Celtics history. people keep saying the same like 5, 6 comments, jokes to the point that it is so annoying just to have to see the same like, oh, he's ducking the Celtics. Oh, like Kemba's better than Kyrie. All this stuff. Look, I'm not vouching for Kyrie at all. But if we're gonna just keep saying the same stuff over and over, like as a fan base, you would just look like idiots. You have to come up with a new slant or just drop it and get ready to play him. It's dumb.
Just going to move on here. I have another question to just go through, and something that we actually haven't talked about yet too. Your boy CKEO80, Tyler, the one that.
Oh my God, is he the guy who won the jersey?
Yes.
He actually listened, so thank you for listening. I appreciate it. You sent the most emails and instant messages that I've seen anybody send to
anybody
Babz.
in the world.
It was absolutely absurd. When Babz sent me the screenshots of all the messages, it was like 45 pictures. I'm like, what are we doing here?
He said, after hearing what Brady actually said, do you think he's still gone? So this is actually something that came up this past weekend. Brady and Edelman were at a Syracuse game. So there's a picture of them with Jimmy Fallon. There's a picture of him surfacing. Then the video came out where Edelman's saying, he's coming back. He's coming back. And then Brady looks over at him and kind of gives him a cringeworthy face. And then another video comes out that's even the extended version where Brady says, I guess what did he actually say? That what is it? He's coming back, or what was the quote that Brady said?
Edelman said he's coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah. Well, what did Brady actually say?
They panned to Brady, and Brady's kind of an awkward guy. I don't think.
Oh, he looked like he said I'm not, right?
He's just kind of a weird guy. He just kind of looks over, like the slowest turn you can imagine, like this. And he looks at him. He's just like shaking his head. He's like, nah. He's kind of shaking it off.
He ended up saying the actual quote said he's got it. And what happened was Brady was talking to somebody off camera. So, like, someone asked him a question, and then Brady was responding to that person. But everyone was going,
do we believe that?
The Laurel Yanny thing. Like, what is he saying? Like, what is it? And people thought he said he's not. No matter what, the whole Brady thing is such a shit show. And I know that we keep spinning it, too, because you know what? It is what it is. It gives you something to talk about. But wait for 2 weeks to come by, free agency comes, and he's officially gone from New England Patriots. He's not coming back. I don't see he's coming back, man. He's not coming back.
I talk about this every single day here, because every single day here, like, oh, Patriots are done. Patriots are done. Yes, correct. Patriots are done. I still want Tom Brady on this team. Sorry.
I just see that he's going to get some offers. And here's the thing. Brady probably is set on coming back to the Patriots, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to get wined and dined. I'm just going to hear things out. But I think one of these teams is going to offer him a fucking deal that he cannot refuse. They're going to throw it down and say, dude, we can pay you, and we can bring all these people in for you, and you can take it over. And it's going to be very, very enticing for Brady to be like, damn, like this sounds like something I kind of want to do, and I might have to sit on. So I can't say he's fully into the Patriots right now. If he wanted to play with the New England Patriots, he would have already signed and said, nope, I'm not listening to any other offers. I'm going to stay here, $50 million for 2 years. He would have already signed it. They would already be working on what needs to get done to the Patriots. I think he's still giving that little small percentage a chance where the Vegas Raiders come in and say, they throw down 3 plans. Like, these are the 3 plans we can offer you. And it's going to sound very interesting. He's going to go back to Belichick, and Belichick's be like, nah, we can't match that. Sorry, see you later. I think that's what's going to happen.
I saw a tweet that is actually kind of an interesting topic. So the guy tweeted, I forget who it was. Do you really think that Brady's going to go to the Chargers or the Raiders where he'd have to face Pat Mahomes twice a year and fight for a wild card spot? But I looked at it this way. Brady probably wants to get as many shots up against Mahomes as he wants. I think those are leading candidates.
That's exactly what Stafford said, too. You get played twice a year. Brady wants that smoke. Especially losing to him last year.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to play against him. So they already had that little rivalry going on.
And all these moron, like 14-year-old I Heart Brady pages out there that haven't been paying attention to football since, 2014. They're like, oh, my God, this makes all the sense in the world, blah, 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 Tom forever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want Tom Brady back, but there's a realistic chance that he's going to leave the team. I call it an even 50-50 shot.
So I got into a little argument with somebody on Pat's Perfect page the other day. Did you see that, Stafford, at all?
No, I did not.
Okay. So what happened was AJ Green looks like he's going to get franchise tagged by the Bengals. They're making this move because they're going to Burrow and saying, "Hey, we're at least getting you a veteran wide receiver now." If the Bengals do franchise tag him, that's like what, 18 million on the books right there for 1 year. And it's kind of crazy for someone who's turning 32 years old to give him that amount of money. So that someone's like, "No, this is such a smart move. They're franchising him so they can trade him away." I'm like, no team is going to want to trade for AJ Green. You don't understand. You can restructure his deal and blah, blah, blah. It's like no team is going to end up doing that. The Bengals are pretty set on keeping AJ Green for 1 year. And if you're AJ Green, fuck it. I'm getting paid $18 million. I can ball out and be a free agent yet again and then leave and get another contract the next year. I think it's a smart move on the Bengals to say to Burrow, we're trying to give you as many weapons as we can right away so you come in here and you get a little bit comfortable. And hey, you never know. AJ could get comfortable with Burrow and say AJ wants to finish off his career and stay there. And that could happen long term. So the AJ Green to New England Patriots is done. It's over. And anybody that's coming out here, and I said this during the last weekend, is that, we should get Diggs and we should trade. The Pats don't have draft capital really to make a big splash trade. They have one first-round pick, the 23rd, and no second round, and their third-rounders are like basically fourth-rounders because they're at the end of the third round, and plus because they have the 2 comp picks, and it goes in the 4th round. They're not going to be able to trade for all these top-tier players that you think they can do. Realistically, Belichick's going to take that first-round pick and probably just trade down to the second round and get an extra pick there and maybe a top of the third-round pick.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really understand where the AJ Green to the Patriots stuff began because we're at the combine, right? We would hear about really anything, like regardless if it's smoke or whether it's real, and we've heard nothing. Radio silence about that, so I don't understand how these kids are even making this stuff up in the first place. One thing I did hear that's concrete at the combine was that during the interview with the Bengals, Joe Burrow said that he absolutely wants AJ Green on this roster to start the year. And that explains a lot about the franchise tag because AJ Green's not worth a franchise tag at this stage of his career. He's not. He's not going to cash in free agency regardless if he hits it. He's going to have a mid-level contract.
And I think it's good because AJ Green was, I believe, he was like the 4th overall pick in the 2011 draft. I only know that because I Wikipedia'd it. But it's good for someone that's been playing in Cincinnati his whole career that he can go to Burrow and say, look, like this is what the city has to offer you. This is what the fans are like. I think it's a good way to transition Burrow to make it not seem like, damn, I'm playing for some shitty-ass Bengals team. It's like, no, the city's ready to accept you, and you could absolutely be a star here. So,
and like I said, in my first mock draft, by the way, my second mock draft is dropping tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. I'll post a template on Instagram for that, and then I'll have my full-depth analysis on the Ride the Wave Media website. But back in my first mock draft, I listed out that it's much different for Kyler Murray than it was for Joe Burrow this year. Murray came into an offense that was dormant, very few weapons. Joe Burrow's walking into an offense with Joe Mixon, one of the best running backs in the league, AJ Green, now for sure he's getting franchise tagged, Tyler Boyd, Tyler Eifert, a decent offensive line if they keep Cordy Glenn, but he's been being shopped right now. It's a much different scenario. He's walking into a much better situation than Kyler Murray was.
And the fastest guy ever at the combine, John Ross.
And John Ross is kind of a bum. I'm not going to lie to you.
He just can run fast.
He can run fast, though. I'll tell you that. He can run fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I will say, too, just talk about the combine. I think Stafford killed it with all the podcasts we did. Stafford, I got another text message today from somebody, Justin Zolat, who runs the Nashville Fan Group Club, which hopefully we have him on. I told him we're going to try to get him on after our Ty Law interview this week. And he was even saying, yo, your boy Stafford killed it. I like to listen to all his in-depth analysis, so I'm glad that Stafford was there. You probably listened to me a bunch of times. Like, Babz has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, which is 100% true. But it was good that we had you come out. I think it was a good experience. And if you are totally into everything football and want to know the analysis of it, you better keep up to date on ridethewavemedia.com for Joe Stafford, because he's going to give you all his mock drafts. I was talking to him in the car, and he was kind of, flexing a little bit, said a couple years ago, what did you have, 15 right?
I got 15 right, and absolutely there's a 0% chance I'm getting 15 right this year.
But you were flexing pretty hard about 15 right, so I think I said something along the lines of, if you get, more than 15, I was going to do something. I was
get a tattoo of my initials. That's the last thing.
I think I was going to get a tattoo of your initials if you get more than 15 right. And you already get one right. You get Burrow.
You heard it here. You heard this.
You get Burrow.
I was the one who came up with this punishment. Or bet.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe that was the other night. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
It was on the you just get JS or something like that.
That was the
Like that
holiday
would be so funny. Like compared to money, I would so much rather just have my initials tattooed on someone. It's so stupid, but it's so funny.
It's forever.
What happens if you don't again?
What?
What happens if you don't get them right?
Nothing. Because it's not gonna get
No,
right.
no, that's gotta be something.
There's no way we're getting 15 right. We had to like adjust that line here. The over under's too high.
Yeah, it's like minus 500 that you don't get it right.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, let me just kind of go off a little bit more about the Ty Law interview that's coming up this week. For those that are unaware or you think that Babz is just blowing smoke up your ass, listen, I've known Ty Law now for the last 2 years, 2.5 years. It's absolutely bananas if you followed my journey. Right after the Super Bowl 52 loss, I was trying to figure out different things to do. I found a Ty Law t-shirt. I put it on my IG, and at that time I only had like 3,000 followers. I made everyone tag Ty Law because I found his Instagram. He actually reached out to me, said he wanted it. We started DMing, brought me down to launch, gave me his phone number. We started talking. We built a relationship. Now I don't bug him all the time. Just we stay friendly over the last couple of years. Made that strong push for him for the Hall of Fame last year. Hashtag Ty for Hall of Fame. And his family was so awesome and so grateful to have me come out on before the Super Bowl to celebrate with him. Was out of Canton celebrating with his family and everything like that. I just remember, T-Guns came, Dito came, we brought Wes Hogan there. And I just remember standing there and just being like, I'm at a Pro Football Hall of Famers, celebration. And it's just kind of pinching myself. Ty's been such a busy guy. That guy grinds. He's now part owner of V1 Vodka, which we'll be getting more into now over the next couple of weeks and months and years of being here. We're really glad that we can be able to partner up. And same thing with Launch Trampoline Park. There's going to be some things that we're going to try to do with them as well, too. But now that things are starting to simmer down a little bit. Ty is such a busy guy. Like I said to Stafford, I said, it's time to shoot our shot. Let's try to get him on Big 3. The guy responds to me right away, and we ended up having a little phone call yesterday to kind of confirm things, and I explained how we're going to do it. What we're going to do for those that are listening is just we're going to record a conversation, a little interview, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever it ends up being. We're going to record it, and then we're going to slide it into our next podcast. And let me just tell you that Ty is not just going to be a one and done for our podcast. He's going to come on numerous times. And I think that he understands the value to us in terms of Boston's Big 3. This is fucking huge. And I really think that people are somewhat underestimating this because this is a 3-time Super Bowl champ. This is one of the 3 out of 3 people from the Patriots organization that's in the Hall of Fame right now. The next guy that's going to go into the Hall of Fame that played with the Patriots is Rob Gronkowski if he stays retired, and then Tom Brady, and then Belichick, and then Kraft, and that will all come. This is big for Boston's Big 3. This is big for Ride the Wave Media. And, Ty also knows this is awesome too, because this is giving him a platform for him to speak some of his thoughts. I want to obviously know about the Tom Brady situation and what he has. He had a little funny combine story when we're talking, so I know Stafford and Ty will be able to talk about that as well too. Mm-hmm. And I just can't wait. Make sure that if you're listening, we have it posted on our Boston's Big 3 Instagram. If you want to ask a question, make sure you're following Boston's Big 3 on IG and ask your question. And every single time that we know that we're going to have Tyler on, we're going to make sure we post it and give people the opportunity to have them ask questions to Ty.
Yeah, my private Instagram, Joe Stafford 3, also has a question thing up right now. So if you follow me, you can also ask on that page as well.
I have no idea what I'm going to ask Tyler. I bring nothing to this table. The only thing I bring to this table is that, hey, my name is Ty. What else?
Your name is Ty.
My mom's cousins and stuff, when I was growing up, they called me Ty Law because it sounded like Tyler. No, I don't know. I like Ty Law. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. I might just try to get out of class for that interview. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the thing. It's a lot of going. I actually have to message him now because I've been trying to get him set up for the Briar Group with 6 String. We're trying to get some V1 Vodka in there, and hopefully that's gonna work out. We're supposed to have a meeting Wednesday. That just got pushed back the second I just hopped onto this podcast. So now I'm that's why I'm on my phone doing shit. Wednesday, I'm thinking about 11 o'clock in the morning is when we're probably gonna end up doing it with him. I just gotta confirm with him. Just be ready. That's all it is just be ready to go.
I have class 11 to 12 and then work at 1. So I'm going to try to move some stuff around.
We work around his schedule. I mean, we can't, that's it. But what's great with Ty, he's not really tech savvy. We do, as you can tell, we do this stuff on Skype. He's going to be able to come on at the drop of a dime. Free agency hits, Tom Brady stays or leaves. Hey, Ty, do you mind hopping on? Let's get this going. That's going to be awesome. And the thing with Ty Law, just to get to know him over the last couple of years, is that he's just so fucking laid back, man. Like, he's gonna tell you how it is. Like, he ain't gonna he's speaking for himself. He ain't speaking for some corporation. He's not speaking for some media company. He's just telling you what it is. So that's what's great about having him on. Very well connected guy too. If things go well for Boston's Big Three, if things go well for us, I bet we can get a couple more bigger names on there. He flexed on me a little bit and said that he knows Dwayne Wade personally because Dwayne Wade wants to get in with the V1 Vodka and he wants to expand that nationally. So if Boston's Big Three and Ride the Wave, and to all of our listeners out there, V1, if you're over 21 and over, V1 Vodka is where it's going to be at, and we want to push the fuck out of that and make it the #1 selling vodka in the New England area. Can we do it? You got to start drinking.
Yes, we can.
You got to start drinking. So let's get it out there.
I mean, these bottles aren't going to empty themselves.
No.
Any final questions? We're going to kind of keep this shorter. So,
Tyler, you like that text I just sent you?
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt, boys. Raise some money for Taco Bell.
We got some t-shirts coming on the way. Don't you worry about it. We got a graphics team already on it.
There we go.
I don't think I really plugged this in the beginning of the show, but I should start doing it. Follow Boston's Big Three Instagram. We're going to be posting some original content from there, mostly clips from the show. We have Stafford making the longer videos, Dito making the memes, me just posting them, Babz being Babz, Brandon being Brandon. We're all just a working machine. Kind of wild that this started with me, you, Babz, me, you, and Corey. We started this in July or something, because Corey called me one day, and then I said, hey, what are your thoughts about a podcast with Babz? Now it's kind of here. Now we're about to have Tyler on the show. I think that is crazy.
I think that's
huge. You. Genuinely, thank you to the people who listen.
It's going to be our 40th episode when we have him on there. And I think it's what's been great over the time of doing this is that, we might not have the best audio or the best video out there, but you know what? We have the chemistry that's been building. And what's going to be cool is we have our first major guest is going to be Ty Law. And I think that if you know Babz and you know Tyler Miller and some of the people that we have at Ride the Wave, we have connections with other athletes and stars. And to be able to have Ty Law as our first guy, and we can use that and say, hey, why don't you come on? Look how relaxed environment this is. We've had Ty on before. And I know that we will get Dietrich Weiss down the line too. That's been talked about. I just haven't really pursued it yet. I wanted to wait a little bit longer. Some conversations will be more open and others won't be, depending on who's on there. But it's awesome. This is great. And I want to shove this down everyone's face, everyone's throats, and just say, we got Ty Law. What do you got? You got nothing.
All right, it's officially time for Ride the Wave Media to find me like its own thing. We have Taco Ty Miller now. We have Bearded Babz. We have the Crispy Colonel, Brandon Watabe. Try to just grow my hair out and be Joey Flosky or something. I need to figure something out.
Joey Subway.
It'll come to us. They tried to give me some trash typical Ty nickname. That was stupid.
Joey, I heard
about Ty is a strong one.
Joey Footlong.
We got Joey Footlong. We got Joey Mobile. We got Joey Worldwide. We got a lot of stuff cooking. You got to figure it out.
All right. Any final thoughts?
No,
Penn State, not really a basketball school anymore. We're not to number 20, but people aren't going to talk about that.
You're a volleyball school.
I mean, you guys aren't even a taco school anymore.
I mean, there are plenty. There is a Chipotle, a Qdoba, and a Moe's all within a baseball throw of each other. I don't know why we don't spread these out.
They conspired against Taco Bell. I think you need to investigate this and say that those three companies came together to shut Taco Bell down.
Yeah, I'll just start something on the Penn State streets. But this has been
Tyler Miller is a social justice warrior. He is for the people.
Yeah, I'm doing this for the greater good, folks. This has been episode 39 of Boston's Big Three. Thank you for listening once again. We appreciate everybody who listens. Numbers are starting to grow, dude. We're getting a fan base. So
I haven't
tell
seen
your
any
people-
analytics whatsoever. I have no
Brandon,
idea.
where you at?
Literally could have just lied. But anyway, no, I think we get about like 40 to 50 a show, which isn't terrible. Considering
I've seen more than that. I've seen over
I'm
100.
saying on average we get about 40 to 50 a show.
Yeah.
But when you put 40 and 50 people in front of you, that's a lot of people that care about what we got to say. So we appreciate the people listening more than we say. Like we should probably thank you guys a little more. I don't know. You dedicate an hour of your week or something to us. Bunch of bozos hitting the mics, the ones and twos. But we will be back next episode with Ty Law.
Ty freaking Law. Cannot wait for that.